Hey gang, Rocket sent this game replay file to me probably close to a week ago, and this is the first chance I've had to sit down and watch it. We can see that he is in the Tier 8 Cleveland in a Tier 8 match, which is a rare and wondrous thing.
Battle starts.
There is a CV, Implacable, on the enemy team. Multiple battleships, only 2 cruisers, and 4 destroyers. So, I would say matchmaking was very, very kind in this particular case. So we've got 4 destroyers, all of course susceptible to radar and AG spam until dead. Cleveland has some pretty strong AA, of course, in the current meta, the way that anti-aircraft works. That's, I understand, open to debate, but all other things being equal, the AA rating on the Cleveland is pretty good. So, I don't really have any idea why this game replay file was sent to me. Beyond, presumably, this being a pretty good game for Rocket. Now that could be in terms of ship kills, it could be in terms of aircraft swatted out of the sky, total damage, number of fires, hard to tell. Cleveland, if the situation is right, has a number of different ways to really shine. So we'll just watch together and find out. Okay, Lo Yang has pushed in. I really question why Lo Yang is currently broadside. But, and I say that only because if you don't play destroyers much, or if you're new to them, or just are not very good with them, what I see very often, oh okay, Z-23's engine is damaged, so he's going to smoke up. Now he's in radar range, so Rocket could right here. There it is. Light him up. And at this range, if he just inches forward another hair, he can get those back guns, but he didn't need it. So you can see the little icon just above the minimap. That's detonation. So he detonated that guy. Now there are signals that will prevent that happening to you, but apparently that Z-23 captain either had not heard of them or didn't have any, and as a result, his ship was detonated.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Oof. Yeah, that's a whole lot of pain he's bringing to those planes.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
And it looks like he's going to be able to reverse out of harm's way there. Now I will point out that the kid that you saw there on the minimap, he was in range. Since he was spotted anyway, if it were me, I probably would have been trying to get guns on that kid. But you know, that's really nitpicky. And forgive the sound of my phone there in the background.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
Now Rocket is making really good use of the island here. This is something that a lot of American cruisers, light cruisers in particular, but all cruisers, are really good at, because they have kind of floaty arcs. You see how they kind of climb and then come back down. Probably the strongest, most evident example of that is probably Atlanta, the Tier 7 Premium. But all the U.S. light cruisers have the same kind of arcs, where you can find the edge of an island, hug it close, and then fire over the edge of it while remaining unseen. Aircraft have got him spotted, and Grash Bay, those shells hit pretty hard, but he's got his guns pointed the other direction, and my guess is Rocket's going to sink him, or somebody's going to sink him. before he gets a shot off on him, and that's exactly what happened. So we are about 5 minutes in, and Rocket's got a detonation kill of a Z-23. He's put 28 shells on target. He's shot down 6 planes, and he's accumulated 21,000 some odd damage. Now the good guys have secured the Alpha Cap. I'm looking at the mini-map at that Fuso at Charlie 2.
Our team has taken the lead.
And kind of wondering where he thinks he's going. Shells look a little bit behind the Massachusetts on the second volley, but looks like the Massachusetts put out that fire immediately. Now that's something that when you're playing one of these HE spamming cruisers, if you're already familiar, just forgive me for mentioning it, but if you're not, that's something you really want to look for. If you're trying to burn down a battleship, you want to try and get a fire set, just like Rocket did, and you want to look, is he going to repair it right away? Now, in my opinion, at least, a good battleship captain won't repair a single fire in most cases, and there are exceptions. If you're running behind an island and nobody's going to be able to see you for a minute or so, then that makes it a little bit different. But Rocket turned out, avoided those shells, very nicely done. Another nitpick. When you have a fire set on one area of the ship,
Victory is in sight.
move your shell trajectory ahead or behind enough to be able to hit the nose of the ship or the tail of the ship to try to set a second fire. In that case, the that New Mexico was giving somebody broadside, presumably the other New Mexico, just looking at the mini-map there, and he really paid for it. Now, Rocket is probably deciding whether or not to fire here on this Massachusetts, and my guess is he's not going to open up on the Massachusetts because the Massachusetts has its guns pointed straight at him. And if he opens up, the Massachusetts is presumably going to return the favor. And given this light cruiser hull, that would be really painful, but since the Massachusetts has swung his guns around and is now firing on that Fuso that was sitting up there doing not a whole lot of anything, Rocket has seized the opportunity to get some shells in the air. And he's just like you and I, just seen what's behind the Massachusetts. Now that probably spells the end for the Fuso. Now at this point, it seems as though that first volley was, I think, way behind the Massachusetts. We'll see about this one. It seems as though this is really just going to be a mop-up. Enemy team has 5 ships left, and the good guys still have 9. Good guys have all the caps, although the Alpha Cap is being contested currently. But this is pretty much over. One more kill for the good guys, and this game's over. I think this makes a really good example of what you can do with the U.S. light cruiser. You don't want to put yourself in the situation of eating a lot of heavy shells, and Rocket's done a very good job, in my opinion, of avoiding that happening. At this point, all of those big guns over there are pointed at the Fuso, but he's only got 10,000 hit points left, and those are going to be going down probably pretty quickly. But Rocket could probably safely open up on the Amagi here just to try to get a little bit more damage before this is over. And you'll see he gives a big lead, but look at how high those shells are arcing and how long they take to land. Well, the good guys are chasing down that Bushkovitz, and I think if the Bushkovitz dies, this is probably going to be over. So I will say thank you, Rocket, very much for sending me the game replay file. This was fun to watch. And anybody watching, thanks very much for watching and giving me a couple minutes of your time. It was fun, and I will see you the next time.